my name is Lizzie. My background is I'm a care home manager. I've been a care home manager for about 4 years. Before that, I was deputy manager. And before that, I worked in lots of different avenues of care. So I've worked in domiciliary care, nursing, dementia, and I've even done 24-hour care, cared for my grandmother until she passed away. So before that, I was actually a florist. So I haven't come from a care background early on in my career. I got into care through my aunt saying, I think you'd be really good at this. And that's how I started. So it means an awful lot. We've been working on our idea for not very long, probably about sort of 8 months. And to have it validated by others within the industry has meant that we've sort of taken that and thought, right, we actually need to do something with this idea now. We need to push it forwards. We need to work on it and develop it, and get input from as many people as we can. So yeah, it meant an awful lot to me and my team, because it's not just me. There's a team behind me. I'm sure when we messaged them, they were all jumping up and down and thinking, "Oh my word! Now we all need to do all systems go." So yeah. So our innovation is called Mindful. It is a immersive experience aimed at the moment with people with dementia. It can be viewed on a variety of different platforms. So that could be the traditional VR headsets, or you could use it on the new VR glasses, but it could also be used on computer screens or a cinema system. So it's as flexible as we can make it. The scenes are designed to help residents feel less agitated, or to help with walking with purpose. And it could be things like a garden scene or a scene in Bristol in the 1970s. That's just some ideas. So the way the scenes are made, they're designed by a design team, and they're made on a computer system rather than it being videos or pictures, which means that the sky is our limit as to the scenes we can produce and the time frame that it is. So say somebody wanted to do a school scene based in the 1974. Our researcher would look at the cars, the school uniform, etc. at that time, and then the designers would make the scene from the information that she gives them. The other thing we're doing is personalized scenes. So we would get somebody's picture that they'd like made into an immersive scene, and then we would make the scene from that picture. So there's two different elements to our design. I actually found out about it at the Skills for Care conference that was in Bedford, and you guys had a stand there, and I went and I met Molly, and she told me a little bit about the challenge and about her product. I then met, and I can't remember her name now, but it was another representative from the challenge, and it was at the very end of the conference. And I told her about the idea, and she said, "Lizzie, you have to apply. That sounds exactly the sort of thing we're looking for. Apply now, because we've already allocated some of the spots." So I came back to work, filled in the application form, and yeah, that's how we got in. So yeah, really, really pleased that we took the opportunity. We've learned an awful lot. I think the key points that we've learned is how important co-production is. I've always sort of thought it, but it really hammered home the co-production element of what we're doing. We need to incorporate people with lived experience, other healthcare professionals into our designs. So we're not just picking these scenes and ideas out of our own sort of imagination or heads. It's going to be actually for a reason why we're doing these scenes. So that was the first thing. The other thing was the sort of more the business side of of things. So things like marketing, learning about how to ascertain like your market share, what market share you need to have to be profitable. It was also really, really good to pitch the idea because it really focused us into, right, what do we want this project to do? What is the main aim of what we're trying to achieve? So I found that really, really useful, and having that space to just concentrate on our product. I didn't have any sort of work commitments. I didn't have any family commitments, and it was purely a whole weekend of just focusing on the product. That was also really, really helpful. So within our care home, we do a lot of research already. We do a lot of pilot projects, and our ethos within the home is continuous learning. We do a lot with students. So for us, it is a natural thing for us to continuously innovate, continuously evaluate, continuously look at our practices. So it's sort of inbuilt into our setting, and it's also inbuilt into me, because I think if you're not continuously learning and growing and pushing, and you're just staying still, then that is not a good way to be. So I guess it's really important to me as an individual, and I've tried to pass that through into our team. And we do it so that, because we have a lot of students coming through our setting, like student nurses, T-level students in particular, they get involved with all our projects too. So it gives them an insight into care homes aren't just looking after people that have got care needs. Like, we can do all these things as well. So yeah, we actively promote all those things to our wider staffing team, or the students that come through, to give them that feeling that it's not just us looking after these people, they're actively involved with all these projects and innovations as well. We definitely do it. Definitely 100% do it. Even if you feel nervous, even if you feel like your idea isn't good enough, or you're not far enough along with your idea, it just gives you such a boost, such confidence. Even if you don't get through, you can reapply and do it again. And I know one of the mentors said that one of your participants had gone through the program 3 times, I think it was, until they became semi-finalists. But the amount of support, information, the mentors are incredible. And again, having that dedicated time just to concentrate on your product, you don't really get that without it being sort of a scheduled thing. And that was what I found really, really useful, was having that time dedicated just to my idea and the team's product was amazing. So yeah, do it.